Colonel Garcia, the Team Yankee Regiment commander, has been tasked with identifying, locating, and neutralizing a tactical nuclear warhead that is operating within his area of responsibility. The Czechoslovakian army have taken up a fortified position around this town, utilizing both conventional and unconventional means of warfare. As you see, there are sea-burning effects on the battlefield. These can either be nerve agents, such as sarin, or choking agents, such as chlorine. We can also identify several minefields on the battlefield. We will use our engineers to breach these minefields, and that's what this video is all about. It's how to utilize engineers to breach minefields on the battlefield and conduct a rapid and fast, deadly assault. The weapon systems that we have at our disposal are multi-launch rocket systems and Army tactical missiles. Both are armed with improvised cluster munitions. We need to be careful how we utilize or use those cluster munitions because they will create unexploded ordnance on the battlefield for us that we will have to deal with. Next, this is a joint operation. We have several Mirage 2000s, each armed with 6 500-kilogram bombs that we will use to target headquarter buildings or headquarter positions. This is supposed to be a rapid and fast assault, as there is a nuclear warhead on the battlefield, and this could cause an escalation in the conflict, which we do not want if we do not get to that warhead. So, in order to do this, we're going to begin clicking on all our tactical missiles and identifying targets for them. So we're going to right-click this one at the top. We're going to select Barrage. We're going to hit Cancel because it keeps doing that. This one right here, we're going to scroll back down, right-click, Barrage. And then we're going to select this armored unit right here. And we want to drop cluster munitions on that. Although that unit is in our path, it's just something we're going to have to deal with. We're going to scroll up. Now we're going to identify targets for our multi-rocket launch systems. We're going to start at the top. We're going to right-click the unit. We're going to select Barrage once more. And we're going to identify a target for this multi-rocket launch system right there. Next, we're going to move up to this, our second, or it would technically be our 5th unit. And we're going to identify a target for this unit as well. And then the last multi-rocket launch system, we're going to identify this unit right here on this side as well. We're going to select Barrage, we're going to select Improvised Cluster Munition, and we're just going to continue to hammer away at that unit because it is definitely a really powerful unit we have to deal with. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to identify our mortar unit or our artillery piece right here. And we're going to create smoke barrage, typically I'd imagine right in front of this unit. And what that's going to do, it's going to obscure the unit because I do not want them to engage our engineers while they conduct their business. So we have all our, basically our artillery and rocket systems identified. We're not going to move any of our tanks because we don't know where these minefields are at. We do know there is one right here that has been identified by our intelligence, and that's the one we're going to neutralize, as it is the one on the route that is the fastest. So we're going to right-click our engineers. We're going to say Move Hasty, and we're going to move them right to that position, and we're going to select Commit. And we're going to have them, we're going to have them clear mines once they get there. So we can do that if that minefield's identified, so we're actually not going to have them move there. So what we're going to do is we're going to cancel, we're going to delete that waypoint. I know there's a minefield right here. So I'm going to have our units move hasty into this position right there. What's going to happen is they're going to stumble into that minefield, take a bit of damage, but then we're going to start clearing it. Once that minefield's cleared, it's going to be more of a two-step process. While this one's identified, we could clear that one within 15 minutes. This one's unidentified, and it's going to take a bit longer. Either way, I want to show you the next screen, which is called Lift Mines. So we're going to start this operation now. We did assign our Mirage targets. You just did not see that on screen. And their mission is to target heavily the HQ units. Our multi-rocket launch systems, as you see, are begin hammering away at these fortified positions. The gas will begin to disperse. We are unsure of when it exactly dropped. And we do have a random smoke cloud right here. Lots and lots of, I believe, 20 rockets are being fired at this position at this moment in time. All right, we begin launching. Looks like this is another 20 rounds of multi-rocket launch system is going to hammer away at that infantry position as well. Now we have more rockets coming in. There's, as you see, that's what I was talking about earlier. Now we have a bit of an issue right there. That's unexploded ordnance or little minelets that are now on the battlefield that if we wanted to cross this position, we would have to deal with those. Our Mirage is dropping their 600, their weapon systems or their 500 kilogram bombs on that position. This recon unit currently standing in our way is going to begin taking heavy. We're firing our Army Tactical Cluster missiles right now. On that recon unit that is armed with anti-tank weapons, as you see, was instantly eliminated. And there's a bit of smoke there. All right, our engineers begin moving. They stop just short of that position. I'm unsure as to why they stopped just short of that position. Oh, and they have just stumbled into the minefield. We were expecting that, though. We knew there was a minefield there. We know that this whole area is blocked by mines, and we need to continue. Currently, we're around 15 minutes in. So in the first 15 minutes, we've neutralized several of their positions. Our smoke has further obscured this area. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to lift mines. So if we right-click our engineer unit, we can select lift mines. And if we bring our our log over here, we can see engineer starting next order. Engineer is screening in hex. We want to find the lift mines. And it's just gone. Improvised munition. It's just not showing up in our log. I thought it would show up, but it's not. We're not really going to reorganize all of our units. We're going to take a look at what aircraft we have on the battlefield. We're going to try and hammer away at these HQ units because those are the ones we really want to deal with. We don't want them having the ability to communicate with the tactical nuclear warhead that is currently on the battlefield. We're going to reconduct some airstrikes on this unit as well. And then we're going to conduct an airstrike on this other HQ unit as well. So ideally, I would have liked our airstrikes to eliminate these HQ units as fast as possible. We do still have one Army tactical missile left. It looks like he did not fire. We're going to reappropriate that cluster munition to this position right here and hopefully eliminate that HQ. And then we're going to take a look at one of our multi-rocket launch systems. We're going to drag this down, and then we're going to assign it a barrage right here on this area. It doesn't look like that unit's taking much damage. We still have 20 more rounds, so 16 left. And then we're going to reappropriate this unit as well, because this still looks like a very strong unit right there. So we're going to call in a barrage on him. I hate it when it does that. I wish it would stop moving. Barrage cluster right there. That is kind of, so what I spoke about earlier is it is creating these unexploded ordnances that we have to deal with, but we really want to shut down this tactical nuclear warhead right now. And then we're going to scroll up, we're going to check our artillery, and we're going to obscure this area while our engineers work, because right now we're going to move this tank up one position to be in front of this hex screen, and we're going to attempt to put another artillery smoke barrage directly in front of our engineers. So we're going to change that location, and we're going to allow our engineers some time to work. So hit start. 16 minutes of resolution. Lots of confusion on the battlefield, lots of smoke, lots of dust, lots of gas, lots of cluster munitions. We've basically torn up this whole village. We've destroyed a lot of units on the battlefield, but the real thing we're concerned about is we're creating a lot of unexploded ordnance for ourselves. We still haven't breached this wall, which is unfortunate. That's really going to delay us around 15 to 30 minutes. So hopefully we can neutralize these command posts and slowly disable these areas right here. Obviously, at 70% effectiveness, these units are going to begin wanting to surrender, which is perfectly fine. We just want to conduct a breakthrough, and we want to just get here as fast as possible. Basically, what we're doing is eliminating everyone. Similar to some of the battles in early Vietnam, we're heavily utilizing our artillery, the king of the battlefield. We're targeting a lot of their HQ units in order to disrupt their communications and kind of act in a strategic manner and just stop basically their supply lines or any communication going on. So that's a fantastic win, but we're gonna hit continue fighting, which is perfectly fine. The reason why now that unit's on the move and he stumbled into the minelets. So there are minelets right now. So that tactical nuclear warhead stumble into those minelets. Realistically, all I want you to see is this area being cleared of mines.